Welcome to Reel, where you'll find the most reliable and best movie reviews, movie news, and box office hits. I'm your host, Jackie Hanna. Today, we'll be talking about the 1994 classic movie Pulp Fiction. The movie surrounds the lives of two mob hitmen, a boxer, a gangster's wife, and a pair of diner bandits in four tales of violence and redemption. But first, let's talk about the movie news with Jason and Kenny.
Welcome to Hollywood Scoop. I'm Jason Zoblin.
I'm Kenny McCumber.
In honor of Chris and Jared reviewing Pulp Fiction, we decided to dress up as Vincent and Jules. So, which one's Jules? This week, we finally learned that Deadpool, the movie, is announced and will be coming to theaters February of 2016. The test footage shows the superhero being Ryan Reynolds, which has all of the Marvel fans raving. This film will no doubt be one for the ages.
This week's Netflix stream of the week is the totally tubular, most righteous, and always radical Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure follows two aspiring rock stars who have let their education fall to the wayside. But all their problems may be solved when they are visited by a man named Rufus and his time machine. Rufus informs Bill and Ted that they must ace the report and become rock stars because future humanity depends on it. Follow Bill and Ted as they travel back in time in this 80s cult classic, starring Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, and George Carlin.
The talk of the town this week is the trailer for The Skeleton Twins, which has been lighting up the theaters for weeks. This film tells the story of Maggie, played by Kristen Wiig, and Milo, played by Bill Hader. After 10 years of not seeing each other, the two siblings start to mend their relationship after having near-death experiences and try to fix whatever has gone wrong in their lives. This film will bring a mixture of drama and comedy to the theaters everywhere. Check out the trailer now.
Hey.
Have you read Marley and Me?
Yeah. Sad.
Why is it sad?
You don't know what happens?
No, that's why I'm reading it. What, does the dog die at the end?
No, I'm not saying anything.
Look how much I had left.
What do you think of this film? Do you think it's going to be good?
I do. I like the aura around the film. I like the cast. I think bringing in Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader in, they're still going to be a little bit comedy, but they're going to have more of a dramatic role as well. I think that element is excellent in itself. We talked about it last week with Steve Carell and Foxcatcher, just stepping outside of the box and being something that they're not usually. What about you?
I think we saw a sneak preview of this in Adventureland when they were the bosses of the actual Adventureland, and it was hilarious to see them together. I think they have great chemistry, and I think it will work.
I think so. I think that all goes back to Saturday Night Live as well. So they have a long history together, and I think we're going to see that come through in this film. Well, that's all we have for the Hollywood Scoop. Back to you, Jackie.
Thanks, guys. We'll be right back with a movie review on Pulp Fiction after these short messages.
Day after day, searching money the right way. Folgers coffee, to start every day. Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Hey! What are you doing in my house?
Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Welcome back to the show. Let's tune in with our movie review experts critiquing Pulp Fiction.
And thanks, Jackie. We are in the theater today, and we are going to review the 1994 classic by Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction.
Yes, an honor to be with you as well again, Chris. We're going to be reviewing it for its 20th anniversary. We're going to see if it still has the same cult following as it did 20 years ago. So let's enjoy the show.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
What?
English. Do you speak it?
Yes.
Then you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you. Say what one more goddamn time.
Wow. If you had to define one actor's career by one scene, I think that would be it for Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, I do agree. Samuel L. Jackson and Travolta, they actually have a really good chemistry within the scene itself. But one interesting thing is that the Jules and Vincent character that they do portray in the film is that before the murder takes place, it's a very calm, very like just the scenery between
Hilarious conversation.
Yeah, and it's normal. It's not like we're about to commit this murder, and it makes the audience feel very comfortable while viewing this scene, which is what I believe makes it so memorable.
And I just think that has to go into Tarantino's screenwriting and his talent and his skill, which adds to the wonder of this film. Because it's almost as if a camera is just following Vincent and Jules around, just a day in the life, a fly on the wall.
I do agree with the fly on the wall theory.
What's in the case?
My boss's dirty laundry.
Open it.
Afraid I can't do that.
Now I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, Ringo. You win. It's yours.
What is it?
It's beautiful.
God damn it, what is it?
You know, one interesting thing, Chris, is that when Tim Rolfe's character opens up the suitcase itself, it's portrayed as it could be gold, it could be diamonds, but one interesting theory that's gone around is that it's actually the soul of Marcellus Wallace.
That would be very interesting because when opening the suitcase, he does type in 666. And that all ties into the soul coming out of your neck theory that I've read online or I've seen on YouTube.
There's an interesting scene in the bar when you first meet Marcellus Wallace and Bruce Willis's character. You see the Band-Aid on the back of his neck, so it also ties into the biblical terms of what Tarantino might have been portraying in the film itself. But it's left to the audience's interpretation.
Killer? I mean, no, she's supposed to come out of it like that. It's... All right, count to 3. All right, ready? 1. 2. 3.
Well, it wouldn't be a Tarantino film if we didn't have some sort of violence, right?
Yes, that's true. A lot of audiences and a lot of critics do try and critique off of the Tarantino violence because they say it's too over the top. It's too brutal. But personally, me, I enjoy it.
And in this scene, you almost feel so comfortable just watching Mia get stabbed with an adrenaline needle.
And it's very uncensored as well. I mean, he doesn't hold back. I mean, you don't hold back in real life, so why hold back in film?
Even the shots, they're long shots. There's not that many cuts. And when Vincent finally has to apply the needle to Mia, it's short and painless.
And that has been Pulp Fiction. Wow. Chris, what are your views?
Well, this was actually the first time that I have ever seen this film, so I do not have the luxury of watching this multiple times, but I really think it's a fantastic, wonderful film. I can see why it has survived 20 years and it's being celebrated. I believe one of the masterpieces of this film is its screenwriting. Tarantino did a fantastic job just writing the dialogue for each character. Every scene has just been so painstakingly crafted, and you can really tell when it comes on the screen. The actors give fantastic performances, and I think it's a wonderful film. Tarantino, you get a 4 out of 4. Great film.
All right, and you know what, Chris? I'm going to have to agree. I'm also going to give it 4 out of 4 stars for very similar reasons, but here's why. I do love the way that the actors are portrayed. John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, always an amazing to view on screen. Uma Thurman, Tim Rolfe. They're just, the cast itself is just as amazing as the dialogue. And I also do love how it's not in sequential order.
Yeah.
That you can view the film in 2 different styles. And either way, it's still a very solid film itself. I still believe that Pulp Fiction does hold up to this day. And that's why I'm going to also give it 4 out of 4 stars.
Tarantino, you get a 4 out of 4 from the movie review team. That has been all for Movie Review. I was Chris Horton.
Jared Strand.
And back to you, Jackie.
Now the night is coming to an end.
And we're here live with Dr. Cindy Lucia. It's nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you.
All right, and today we're going to be talking about Pulp Fiction in honor of its 20th anniversary. So, what are your views on the film itself?
When it first came out, I loved it. I really found it to be something very unlike anything I had seen before. It had an energy, a vitality, a playfulness that I thought was just so energizing, and so I loved it. I really did love it. I think as the years have passed and as I've seen it again, I'm still appreciative of it. I love the writing. I think it's very well written. I think that it's just shot very, very well. I guess I just wonder what it really adds up to. I feel it isn't a film that resonates in the same way that certain other films do. When I think of a Hitchcock film like Rear Window, or a Hitchcock film like Vertigo, or a Roman Polanski film like Chinatown, I don't think that Pulp Fiction has quite that kind of long-lasting resonance.
And what are your views on Tarantino himself, the director of Pulp Fiction?
Well, I think he's a very admirable guy. I mean, he's a movie geek, and that's great. He knows film history. He references it layer upon layer upon layer in all of his movies. So the fact that he is, in love with movies is something that I think is terrific.
All right, and then last question. Favorite Tarantino film?
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs. Good choice. Nice. Well, thank you again, Dr. Lucia. As always, it's an honor. We'll take it back to you, Jackie.
That's the end of the show. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next week when we're talking about our favorite horror classics in our Halloween special. I'm Jackie Hanna, and this is Reel to Reel.